Hey, and welcome back to How to Be Real, a place where we can be real in a world obsessed with fake. I am Tasha B. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, screenwriter, and all-around lady who is just loving this hot summer weather. I like it. I like being hot.
Okay, because you are hot.
You know, a hottie likes the hotness.
Okay. And I'm Tay. I'm a creative producer, lover of all things wellness, and your favorite local yogi who's getting ready to teach tomorrow. Okay.
Hot yoga.
You know, even more hot.
Okay, hot.
Hot on hot.
But after we get that out the way, I say, how you doing, Tay?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, honestly. At this moment, I have no complaints. Like, you know how people say, like, oh, I could complain, but I won't. I don't really feel that. I'm like, I feel content at the moment. Like things are smooth. I'm looking forward to our little hangout.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited
too. Okay, there is one thing. So my man's leaving tonight.
Oh, I know.
For like 5 days, and I feel kind of like strangely unprepared. Even though because I'm usually the one leaving. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you go somewhere, you have all the distractions of your
excitement of leaving. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And now he's the one leaving, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna be at home like, twiddling like, this. Too quiet.
Yeah, I'm like, he's usually the one who's like double checking, making sure everything's like locked up and like, you know, just, I don't know, just like, it's going to be interesting. So I will say I'm trying to just not think about it too much.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
It'll be great. It'll be, me and Fati will spend some quality time together.
Yeah.
Me and you will spend some quality time together.
Your mom lives close, so
exactly.
If anything, you can go over there or have her come to you.
Yeah, it'll be great.
You're gonna learn so much about yourself. No.
Exactly. These 5 days. Yeah, so anywho, how are you, Tosh?
I'm doing good. I feel like I'm working on my show and just getting a lot of clarity and gaining a lot of confidence as a writer. Like, it's a different medium for me creatively, but it is something like the more you do it, and I remember starting out, that's what it was like, you gotta just keep writing. Like, just keep going. It'll get better. Just keep going. And it is that. It's not even just like the content that you're creating is getting better, but also you have more confidence and you start to figure out your voice. Because I feel like that's been my theme of this year. It's like, what is my voice? Not even just as a writer, but just as an artist, just period. As an actor, it's so easy to just not even consider your own voice because you're a part of someone else's story. Like, you're helping someone else's story come to life, which is great and it's dope and it's like one of my favorite things. But it's something else entirely when it's your voice and your story. And you're like, okay, what are you trying to say?
That's a great point.
And so I feel like end of last year, beginning of this year, that's exactly what I've been kind of repeatedly asking myself. Like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
And how can you better communicate that?
How can you get clarity on that?
That's been me trying to, like, you know, sift through writing things, throwing it away, starting over.
And it's interesting, and I mean interesting in the best way, that as you've started to like lean into this, all of these beautiful opportunities for this are coming your way.
Like, you start to do the thing, and yeah, I know I was just talking to my mom the other day, and I was talking about how, like, I used to think that, like, when you're in the process of something, like, I was telling my therapist, like, life feels like what I imagine. Obviously, I don't know what childbirth feels like, but energetically, it feels like, you know, when you're birthing a child, it's like, feels like chaos. Like, your body's going through it, you're going through it, your emotions are through the wall, you can't eat nothing, so you're just sitting there like, God dang, I want this part of this to, like, be over.
To hurry up.
Please. And it probably slows everything down. You know, time slows down when you're in pain and struggling. And so I've been feeling kind of like that. Like, everything is taking so long. And I remember just telling, like, my therapist, like, I just want to, like, get on the other side of this. And she was like, you got to look at this as, like, birthing pains.
Ooh.
something great is gonna come. Like that, she was like, that's what I feel like. It feels like a cloud of possibility, which is chaotic, but on the other side, something's gonna happen. And so I remember she said that, and so I was focused on what is it? What's the thing? What's the thing that's gonna come on the other side? And I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, I feel like I was so focused on trying to figure out the destination while I'm in this kind of cloud of possibility that I haven't even been in the cloud looking at the possibilities.
Wow.
And maybe I need to let go of like that final whatever result or whatever thing is going to be. Let go of trying to figure out what that is, because it's probably something you can't even imagine. You know, it's probably like beyond your imagination.
Talk about it.
Like you gotta just trust that something great is there, and you just gotta be in this process and do what you need to do to kind of keep moving through this.
Girl, you done preached a whole word just now.
'Cause yeah, it's
Talk to me.
every time I'm meditating, it's like, what do I need to do to get through this? How can I make this better? It's like, keep doing what you're doing, actually doing exactly what you need to do. And I'm like, I can understand how like a mother who is in the thralls of childbirth, like, okay, where's the baby? And everyone's like, no, you're doing great. And you're like, am I doing great?
Am I?
This feels crazy as hell.
Can the baby just come already?
like I feel like if I was making progress, I don't think it would feel like this.
Yeah.
You know, moms, if you're listening, let us know. Is it like that? Because I'm just going off of what I've heard people say and what you see in movies and all the things and what I imagine it to be like. But again, any suffering, it feels like, okay, this is too long.
Yeah.
2 minutes is too long.
I mean, and I think it's beautiful because right now you are like, I guess both of us, and I'm sure many of our listeners, mothering your own creative process, you know, mothering your career process.
Your artist self.
Your artist self.
Inner artist.
Exactly. So that does really make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. Mm-hmm. In the cloud. The dust cloud.
In the cloud. Yes.
But that'll bring us to our shout out. And of course, yet again, we're here shouting out LA. Like, not just the people of LA, but even Mayor Bass stood up to ICE and whatever their feeble attempt to take over MacArthur Park and all of that to like kidnap, I heard, some old woman who's an immigrant. All those horses and heavy artillery.
They were rolling so deep from all the clips I saw.
Little old lady who you didn't even get, because why would you? Why would anyone? I seen like somebody on social media was interviewing a guy that was there. He was like, yeah, they came up here, and he was like, at first they were outnumbered because I guess a bunch of citizens, just people of LA showed up and was like, nah, this is what you're not gonna do. Y'all doing too much. And then I guess they called for reinforcements, and they had a bunch of people, all them horses, all this stuff, and the people, he was like, then more of us showed up, and we were, you know, pushing them back, and then the mayor showed up and was like, y'all need to leave right now.
She was like, let me talk to your boss, and like,
who's in charge? Y'all need to go now.
Yes.
And they left.
Yes. The clip that I posted a clip to my stories, and she was like on the phone, used like a sheriff, I don't know what their roles are, but used one of the main guys, one of the ICE dudes' cell phones to talk to his boss, like the secretary, she said the Secretary of Defense, I think she said.
Oh, God.
And the guy was like, Mayor Bass, I need my phone. We're leaving. And she handed the phone back.
And get your ass on.
Literally. And she had her little, she rocking her blazer, and she like closed her blazer, and somebody in the comments was like, see, I know when a black woman closes her thing like a little house coat, she means business.
She's like, look. Get on.
Done.
Get out of our fucking city.
Yeah.
For me, it's been so empowering and encouraging to see all over the United States different communities rallying together to push ICE out of their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
For me, that is exactly what the hell we need to be doing.
For sure.
And we got to keep doing it, because I think for me that's the biggest underestimation that I think that this regime has, is they underestimate the humanity that we still have left. And the fact that there is a weird amount of people who are celebrating this and ignorant to this and just hateful and whatever. But there's an even bigger number of us that are like, hell nah, what you're not finna do is come in here and terrorize my fucking community. Our communities are peaceful, bro. What are you talking about? There's crime, yes, there's other things going on, but for the most part, everybody here just wants to live their life. They want to take care of their families. They want to keep a roof over their head. Everybody here is just trying to make ends meet, honey. We don't need this. This is the last thing we need here.
Absolutely.
So thank you to everybody, everywhere, but specifically to people in LA for really standing up to ICE, because we can't let these people do what they're trying to do. All the efforts are not unnoticed. It's not for nothing.
You know, community in LA and Oakland, I mean, California has always been a resilient state, but
we damn near gonna be our own country.
Oakland, for real, Oakland and LA, that the community members, a part of those cities have always shown up and shown the hell out.
For the people.
For the people, for real. Viva la raza.
Okay. That brings me to my first three realists, if you don't mind me going first.
Do it, girl.
ICE agents are actually quitting. A good amount of them, not enough of them, because we need all of them. Because what are you doing? You're an American, and this is what you're doing to other Americans. You're
crazy.
Sick.
Makes me
but ICE agents are quitting their jobs, their deplorable jobs, due to low morale and doxing fears. One anonymous agent was quoted as saying, "Protesters showed up at my house. My kids were home. They know where my wife works." Yikes.
Bro,
May they harass that lady at her job. May they, hopefully this person has since quit. But yeah, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
Quit this job. The community has spoken. We don't need you.
Thank you.
We don't need you. This is ridiculous. It's terrorism, and you need to fucking stop. You're on the wrong side of history. Hopefully more ICE agents are waking up to that, because it's not worth it.
And shoe is on the other foot. Like, you don't like it when people show up and try to intimidate you, do you? You don't like it when people know where your family lays their head, do you? And yet you out here disappearing people, parents, and children.
And the difference between these protesters and these deplorable ICE agents is they didn't have on masks.
Thank you.
They showed up as U.S. citizens, proud of what they were doing.
To protect.
And y'all are showing up with masks and no badges. You're hiding your name tags and all this thing. You know you're ashamed of this. So quit.
Unmarked
Stop
cars
what you're
and
doing.
Shit.
Right. Stop what you're doing. You're not proud of this shit. You don't want them to know your wife and kids. Uh-oh. That's dangerous for your wife and your kids to be married and have a father that's an ICE agent. Quit the job. It's dangerous for the community. It's dangerous for you. Stop it.
Yeah, come on now.
Please, get some goddamn help.
That ass.
But yeah, that I didn't even introduce three realists. Three realists is three realists cool things that we learned. And for me, very cool that the pressure is on. I say that to say, keep the pressure on these people.
Okay?
Keep the pressure.
Foot on
dial it up a little more. We got to keep this up.
Yeah.
I'm fired up about that.
No, for real. Same. Foot on necks. Okay, so something cool I learned was that the movie Sinners, yet again, because, you know, we love Sinners up and around here. The movie Sinners made history as the first film to debut on a streaming platform offering interpretation in Black American Sign Language.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so cool. Heck of people were like, I didn't even know there was Black American Sign Language. And I love that for us.
Right? I think that's so cool. So stream it on Prime and HBO Max. And I saw today, he'll usually come home for lunch. He came home for lunch, and Sinners, we ended up buying it. Like,
I want to get it on DVD.
Yes. Yeah. You know, okay, yes. So we ended up buying it, and he will usually like just put it on and we'll like, you know, play it. So, you know, it's been on in the rotation. And today when he went to it, I saw the Black American Sign Language. I was like, ooh, I want to watch it.
I want to watch it like that just because.
Just because.
Just to see.
You know? Just to show that there is interest in that, you know, accessibility matters.
Okay.
So,
what's the Black American sign for lick? You know you're gonna see it a few times.
Right. We're gonna learn soon.
Okay, we will all be learning. That's cool,
right?
My next cool thing that I learned is what a moon sign is and what it means for our life purpose. Mm-hmm. So you can easily Google when or whatever search engine you're using. I know a lot of people are boycotting Google. Anyway, but you can look at what phase the moon was in on the day of your birth, and that would help you find out your moon sign. So if you look that up and you were born during a new moon, when the moon is completely dark, like the opposite of a full moon, this means you're a creator. You're here to bring things to life that don't exist. So you're like, okay, this would be great, an inventor, like somebody that's innovating things and coming up with something completely new and original.
Wow.
If you're the next phase after that, as the moon is kind of growing and having more light, is a waxing crescent. You are here to spark, like to create a spark and to take initiative, get the ball rolling, do the first step. So like maybe the creator has this idea and you're here to take the idea and say, oh, if you want to do that, let's do this. This is the first step to that. That's you.
Okay.
First quarter, half moon. You know, and again, it's waxing, so it's getting more light, not losing light.
Right.
You're a warrior. You're here to
Ooh.
fight. You're here to break free of limitations and, you know, really shake shit up. Waxing gibbous, that means it's kind of like the opposite of a crescent a little bit, to where like it's flip. The light and dark is flip flop, so like an inverted crescent. You're here to refine and improve those around you. Ooh. So you're here to be like, fix that, get that. You know what will really help you? Smile more.
All right.
That's you.
Okay.
And then of course, full moon. You have a massive mission. It's an incredible, transformative. You're here. You have a serious mission, and you here to do something. And then waning gibbous. This one is mine and also yours.
Yes.
A waning gibbous. You are the wise one. You're the one here to use all that you've learned from these previous phases and teach it to other people. Spread the word, baby. Spread the good word. Have you heard the good word?
Have you heard it? Good news.
And then the last quarter, so this is half moon, but again, flip it with the light and the dark on the opposite side. You're here to release old patterns and let go of what no longer serves you and the energy around you. Wow. And then waning crescent, you are here to complete the mission. You're here to set a new stone for new chapters. You're here to save people. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was even fun to put in other people that I know and love's birthdays and kind of see, and it does. You're like, oddly, it does fit. You're like, oh my god, like this makes sense for this person.
Yes.
And me and you, I'm like finding out that we're both the waning gibbous, the wise one, here to spread the good word. Here we are on our podcast, and we've
spreading the good word, honey.
We've always been the one with a word,
you know.
So yeah, look yours up, y'all. Let us know what you think about it, what yours is. Curious.
That's so cool.
Fun.
What's the fun. Do you have the website?
It's not a website. It's basically I can find one that we can link in the show notes, but this was basically, I stumbled across an Instagram post and then I just Googled, and there's a bunch of sites that can help you kind of back up the information and look it up yourself. But yeah, I just pretty much did the own research myself. And then to find your moon phase, you just type in what phase was the moon in on this date, type in your birthday, in this city. Period. Type that in and it'll let you know.
That's simple.
So yeah.
To the point.
Very easy and very fun. I had fun doing that.
That is so good. Okay, I'm gonna like totally dive in.
Right?
Like
knowing everybody's stuff.
Exactly.
I sent you the video that was the jumping off point for me to kind of, watch a video and you're like, I'm doing research. You got your phone and your laptop.
Yeah, literally. You're like, okay, wait. So I'll drop the link to the video because I do have that one. So y'all can get sparked.
Get sparked.
Get sparked. Okay, so my next cool thing that I learned. So if you don't know, I think I've mentioned on the show a few times that I have a little gallbladder situation. I'm like in my process of taking good care of her, so that she sticks with me for many years to come. And so I'm always looking up stuff about like gut health and like stomach health and how that works. And in some of that research, I end up finding out that your stomach gets a new lining every 3 to 5 days, which I did not freaking know. Every 3 to 5 days, I'm like, damn. And that it's outside of your skin and your intestinal lining, the third fastest regenerating tissues in your entire body. Wow. Right? I was like, dang. So your skin, which is your largest organ, your intestinal lining,
which is probably the second largest.
Yeah.
Organ, that shit's miles of stuff in your stomach.
Literally, and then your stomach. And it's like, that is truly why they say the stomach is your second brain. You know, like,
There's a lot going on.
There's so much going on to try to protect you, to try to, and like, you know, if you, drink alcohol or if you take antibiotics, like, it weakens your stomach lining and it adds like more days to, you know, rejuvenating it. So yeah, so if you're ever, you know, which makes sense, which is why, like, if you drink too much or whatever, you might have a tummy ache or
your
severe
stomach is just
hangover.
like,
yeah,
exactly. We're going to get this lining together one way or another.
Exactly. So I was like, damn, okay. And I think it also, too, as someone who, like, sometimes when I eat the wrong things or eat too much of something that I know I shouldn't be eating, after about a couple days, I'm like, how long am I going to be sore? After about like day 3, I'm like, oh, I feel great.
The stomach refreshed you.
Yeah, refreshed me. Thank you, stomach. Thank your stomach right now.
Okay, thank your whole body.
Right, exactly.
Because thank you.
Thank you.
My last one is, oh my gosh, Mexico. Proving they are just the better people. They have sent aid to help with the search and rescue efforts in Texas after the tragic floods.
Yes.
Despite Texas being a huge red state that is in huge support of all this Trump terrible
fascism,
very poignant and targeted against Mexican Americans.
Yeah.
Nonsense, violence. No, it's not nonsense, it's violence.
Yeah.
Even after that, my gosh, the founder of Fundación 911 that responded in Texas's time of need is quoted as saying, "When it comes to firefighters, there are no borders. There's nothing that will avoid us from helping another firefighter or another family. It doesn't matter where we are at in the world. That is the whole point of our discipline and what we do."
Ooh.
Fundación 911 is assisting along the river, the Rio Grande River, and according to sources, they are bringing reinforcements equipped with search and rescue canines from the Mexican state of Nuevo León. So thank you to Mexico. I mean, They came when California with the wildfires.
Yes.
They don't let the hatred that our country repeatedly spews at them stop them from being who they are.
Yeah.
And helping us in our time of need, because Texas, it's very sad. There was a camp that I think flooded.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids. There's still dozens of people missing. It's just, it's really sad. I've been praying for Texas because, gosh, a flood, they said it happened in like 37 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the worst floods in like a decade. So
that they've ever seen.
It's beautiful that the people of Mexico are like, nah, this is just a terrible tragedy. And if we can help you, we're going to help you.
Yeah.
And that's the humanity that I want to highlight. That's the humanity that I want to keep reminding myself. And I really hope other people can remind, and especially in times like this, remind yourself, these are just people. We are fucking people.
Humans.
What are we doing? Why?
Yeah.
No human is illegal. This country was Mexico for centuries before anybody came and tried to make a United States of anything. Like, let's
Texas specifically.
Okay, like we are Mexico. Mexico is us, and they haven't forgot that. We fucking have, and I really pray that this era is not long because I hate this. I hate this for everybody involved. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, thank you to Mexico for that. Very cool. Very
cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful display of humanity.
Truly. Yes. Okay, and the last one I have is so random. So random. But again, things that I was just looking at that I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Also, like, kind of makes sense. So, have you ever heard people say that they think cilantro tastes like soap?
Yes.
Okay.
My grandma is like that.
Really?
She hates cilantro.
Okay, so it's genetic. Like,
that
people,
makes sense.
Right? I thought that was just like, okay, but sometimes you're like, too many people say this for it to just be a coincidence, right? Well, it is genetic. So up to 20% of people of European descent report having that soapy taste from eating cilantro. Which is like, oh. So it's like that makes sense as to why cilantro is mainly used in like non-European type dishes. So like Mexican, Thai, Indian, Vietnamese, you see a lot of cilantro. European, don't really see a whole lot of cilantro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, like Italian? Does Italian have cilantro? More parsley, huh?
I think they're more like, parsley and what's the other one? I think maybe it is parsley.
Basil?
Definitely basil, but I think you're right. I think it is parsley.
Which is like,
I feel like
cilantro's
if you're not paying attention at the grocery store and you want to get cilantro, there's been a few times where I've picked up parsley and been like, wait a minute.
For sure.
This ain't cilantro.
You always got to give it a smell
test. You always got to look at it and double check. Like, wait a minute. This is... Because they look similar. Mm-hmm. They look similar.
Yes. I'm a big cilantro fan. I am such a cilantro fan.
I love cilantro as well.
Like,
I'll add it twice. Like, I'll add it into the meat that I'm cooking, and then I'll put some on my taco as well.
Yes,
fresh.
I want some cooked in, and I want some fresh on top. Absolutely.
Because it just adds that, I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. Zhush. It's just very like,
little pop.
This is going to make everything come together.
Exactly. I did look to see, like, is there a specific reason? Like, and the research started getting super deep, and it was talking about like I'm not even going to try and repeat it, but it said the name of a variant of of a gene of like people who are mainly of European descent carry this gene. But anyways, it wasn't specifically saying like if it comes from like maternal or fraternal, but I also didn't look up specifically that part. But anyways, I thought that was cool. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense why so many people experience that. So anyway, if it tastes like soap for you, it's probably because you got that gene.
That gene we can't pronounce.
Exactly.
I have a bonus one that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So I know everyone's heard about like cold plunging.
Oh yeah.
Right? I never liked it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Never liked it.
I was never a fan.
Terrible. I've done it at a spa before, and I was like in the sauna, and she's like, all right, you're going to do sauna, then cold plunge, and then massage.
Oh, in Mexico?
Yeah. And I'm in the cold plunge like, girl. She was like, yeah, go in there for 30 seconds. I'm like, 30 seconds? No big deal. I'm in there, and I'm like shivering. I'm like, oh my God, how long has it been? She's like, 8 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting out. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be in here any longer. And I was suffering, y'all. I was suffering, and I never understood. Research has shown that the cold plunge statistics and data is for men. Oh. Cold plunging is actually damaging to women. It's actually, our bodies are not, they don't like it. Our wombs hate it. It's no bueno for us. Which, again, we think about how people always joke about how women like the shower really, really hot.
Yeah.
Our body temperature and the way that things are, it's different.
And how women get cold hella easily, or like the jokes that come from like hella women are anemic.
A lot of, we have our periods and just all these things, so it really is. Cold. The cold plunge has never been for us, ladies. If you love it, obviously do it, but like, take a look, take a gander at the data, because it's
or if anything, just stop at your face. I know it's good for like your pores and stuff. Maybe just dip your face and leave it there. Like, why you gotta do the whole body?
Or even like hands. Sometimes I like putting my hands in. I don't know has that ever helped you with like anxiety? You're just putting your hands in some cold water.
For sure.
But for me, I'm never gonna take like ice and put it in the cold water. I'm just gonna take cold water.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Ice.
And then once it's warm, it's like, oh, this is kind of gross. Throw it out. Wash your hands. But ice water, I don't know. I don't like cold. I don't like that. So.
That is, honestly, that makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, because it does feel like you're forcing it.
It is. And it's like, it feels like your body is like, but even data for the men is like, the euphoric feeling you feel is not from the cold. It's from you not suffering anymore. Kind of like if someone's stepping on your toe and then they get off your toe and you're like, oh my God, that feels so much better. Was it really good for them to step on your toe? Or was it just good that they got the fuck off your toe? And that's the logic with the cold plunge, where it's like your body is feeling that gush of happiness and relief because you got out of the cold ass water. Not because you got into it, because you got out. Because your body was suffering in there. There's no need. I always thought cold plunge is like, dude,
intense.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is life not hard enough for you?
Right. And that's true. I feel like we didn't ask enough questions about the cold plunge. Where did this come from?
Like
Who started this?
Microdosing suffering. Microdosing hypothermia. Why?
Yeah. Huh. Thank you for sharing that bonus because
Shock.
I did.
Too much.
I'm happy about that.
It's too much, man. It's too much.
Way too much.
All right, y'all. We are going to take a very quick break and be right back with the Weekly Reel.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Once again, here to let you know we are on Substack, okay? At howtobereal.
Hello.
Check out our newsletter, our podcast, and our little musings. And, of course, like, follow, subscribe, and keep in touch with us because we love that.
Please do. You can always drop a comment, rate, review, all the things. You can find us across the board, like Tasha B said, at howtobereal. So we expect to see you there, see you soon, and we can't wait to have you in the community. Thank you so much for listening. If you've already left a comment, if you've already left a review or a rating, we so appreciate you. And now it's time for you to share with a friend. So do your homework, and we'll see you soon.
That's your homework, y'all. All right, y'all. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are here with the Weekly Reel, and this episode, we just want to talk about the lack of empathy in our society and how we got here. Because what the hell, you know? I feel like every day I wake up and it's like, why? Why do y'all like this?
Why don't y'all care about each other?
Why is everybody mobilizing for the greater bad?
Right, not the greater good.
Right.
The greater
Everyone's
bad.
like, what can we, okay, yeah, things are bad, but what can we do to really, really make it worse?
And it's crazy because I remember growing up and being like, the whole thing was the golden rule.
Yep.
Right?
Treat people how you want to be treated.
How you want to be treated. Put the shoe on the other foot and all the things.
Do people want to be treated badly?
Right.
I think it's like we have a self-hatred epidemic. And because you're giving all this hate to yourself, you are a breeding ground for hate. All you really can give is hate. Some people, not all of us.
Not all of us.
Some people.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the solutions for these things do come back to like, you need to figure out what the hell's going on with you. Because you're just regurgitating, you're just spewing what you have inside of you.
Talk about it.
It's terrible. It's gross. Everything that I learn about somebody that is like, I used to be a Trump supporter, but now I stopped. But their journey before supporting this person was like struggle, strife, addiction, neglect, foster system, abandonment, depression, addiction, all these different things. And so it does make sense to where you have this guilt, you have this shame, you have this hate, and it just, you kind of, your frequency is the same as these people. So it makes it real easy to just file on in.
Yeah.
And I think we have a lot of that where it's like, well, if I can't love me, of course I can't love my neighbor.
Hello, girl, talk about it. I just read this Reddit thread that was talking about how it was a bunch of people talking about how hate is easier than love. Because they were like, with love, there's all these uncertainties. There's like a lot of work in it. There's a lot of like, I don't know how you feel, but I feel strong, and it's like there's
that vulnerability.
Whereas in hate, it's pretty cut and dry, pretty black and white. I don't like this. As a matter of fact, I hate you for it, and I can find other people very easily who feel the exact same way as I do on this. And like we can develop these set rules. We can develop like, this is A, B, C, and D reason why we hate X, Y, and Z, know? And I thought that was so intriguing. I was like, I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah. And you think about it like, a lot of the people, you hate the things you don't understand. And you hate them because you're afraid of them and you don't understand it. A lot of human beings fear the unknown. Like, I don't want to go over there. I don't know what's over there. And so then I don't want to go over there. I don't know what's over there. I'm afraid of over there can easily turn into, like you said, I hate over there. So you don't know any immigrants. Somebody tells you to fear them, and now they're a danger to you and your family. Now you hate them. And it's all the same. It's all just, we don't know it. Instead of taking the time the energy, the vulnerability, and putting yourself out there and actually getting to know these people.
Yes.
Because there's so many people who, I mean, even some racist people that are like, oh, I hate black people, but this black person and that black person and my sister-in-law, they're all cool.
They're all cool people.
And it's like, honey,
like, what?
Maybe black people are not all bad. Maybe it's just like any other group of people where there are some bad people and there are some good people and everybody else is in between somehow. Maybe, some of us are both.
Right. Because they'd be like, they're cool for a black person.
Yeah.
You're like,
okay. Even if it's a cool person who happens to be black, why is this all generalized?
Literally.
But back to empathy. Empathy is the ability to sense other people's emotions, coupled with the ability to imagine what someone else might be thinking or feeling or going through in a situation or just in their lives as a person. For me, I think that is a huge part of what village and communal life is it almost forces that proximity to where the person next to you. It's not just the person that delivers your mail that you see sometimes in passing if you're home when the mail gets delivered. This is actually a person that you might see. You might know their mom.
Right.
That's why the small towns tend to be a little more tight-knit just because everyone knows each other. Or, we all went to high school together. Everyone who's in their 30s, we all know each other. We went to the same school. It's only one school in here.
Right.
And I think that was the beauty of it, and as soon as we started sprawling and everything's different, the cities are big, there's hella high schools now, there's all different types of pockets everywhere, and it makes it to where we don't have that proximity anymore. I don't know about you guys and where you're listening, but as an American living in Sacramento, it's not very often you talk to your neighbors. I know the most I do, we wave to each other, and I know I asked my neighbors to jump me one time, and something was going on and the police were, and I was like, hey, what happened? And we talked about that. But other than that, we're not, unless somebody needs something, someone threw something in your backyard, we ain't talking like that. You know what I mean?
That's a really good point. I remember when we moved into our apartment complex 3 years ago, we no longer live there, but when Ron and I moved into the apartment complex, I was kind of excited because I was like, oh, cool. We're an opportunity to kind of meet people. That sounds, and look, even me, I was just about to say that sounds so dorky, but I mean, is it?
Right.
It's
people.
It's people connection. And we met a bunch of folks, and now I'm so happy. At the place we live in now, it's a house and it's on a street very similar to yours.
Yeah.
And but our houses go back.
It's I was gonna say duplexes, but they're not really duplexes.
No,
but they're just single family homes that are all kind of. Yeah, the lot is different. It's one shared driveway.
Yes, exactly.
And all the houses
with 3 houses.
Yeah.
And I know my very next door neighbor, and then I know everyone in. Actually, we all have a group chat. All of our neighbors, literally. And every Wednesday, they're like, "It's trash day." And also, it's the recycling. Or hey, can someone?
I love that because you never know. Is it green waste? Is it recycling?
Exactly.
We usually split them all out.
Pretty much.
Or look at the neighbors. What do they got?
Yeah. And they're like, can you watch our cat? Can you do this? It is really cool to be able to have, even if we don't talk all the time, it's cool to know, if, for example, I mentioned at the beginning of the pod, Rod's leaving.
Right.
It's cool to know that if I needed anything, I could ask my neighbors. Right. I know them by name. I know I could literally walk up to their door. I've watched their dog. You know what I mean? There's
that
just
community
that
aspect.
community.
I love that.
That definitely helps to build empathy.
It does. It helps to build empathy because then you
it.
see, if, again, you see some weirdo looking around your neighbor's house, and I feel like I'm even like this with neighbors I don't really know, even though I know the people that live immediately around me, but it's you see somebody over there, and I know my across the street, the house that's right across from us, straight across, they one time had their front door open, and Dell and I walked over there and just closed it for them. And same thing, I know there was a time where our dogs got out. I think they got out the front door. For a minute, our door was not closing. It was you close it and it would, we think it's closed, but really it's not. And I guess him and I left, and our dogs came out. The front door was open, and the neighbor texted Dale and was like, "Hey, your dogs were outside." I told him. He just said, "Hey, get back in the house," and they ran back in the house, and then he shut the door. I'm like, okay, at least they listened.
Yeah, they listened to him.
Maybe they got scared. But that type of stuff, you know, it really helps to like empathize. If I see my neighbor's dog, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I know that's their dog, or their door's open, or their
Literally.
garage is open, or whatever. But I think how we got here is one, we got the sprawl, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's either it's so densely populated that everybody's on top of each other and it's almost like a disgruntled energy, or everyone's so spread out that it's kind of like, you know? And then, of course, we see, and especially like, I think it's always been a thing, but lately it's been like the last, I want to say since like 2016, maybe even a few years before that, it really has been something that I've seen just kind of turn up. You know, if there was a graph, I feel like it would go straight the fuck up of like an increase in the gender war,
Oh my God, yeah.
you know, the racism, the xenophobia, the Islamophobia, the anti-immigrant sentiments, and just all the things that are like the homophobia, the transphobia, all the stuff that's just like pointing out everybody's differences. Hey, this group of people is different for this reason, and we're all different for this reason, and it's just, I feel like been so loud that it feels like you can't help. And I know there's even been times where I've fallen down the gender war one specifically, where you're just like, oh my gosh.
It's easy to fall in that rabbit hole.
Where you find yourself being like, oh, men. And you're like, you know what? Not all. Like,
not too much on my men.
Then you gotta not all men yourself. Like,
yeah.
Not all men.
Not all men.
And it's like, we make fun of that. But it is true. It's not all men.
It's true.
It's not all men.
Literally.
Okay?
It's not all people, bro.
There. And it's not all women.
Yeah.
It's not all white people. It's not all black people. It's not all immigrants. It's not all whatever. Honestly, something, again, if we're going back to like just the way that things are and the people coming together to fight for something, I'm actually, which sounds hella weird because this is like a crazy time in our country.
It is.
But my faith in humanity is actually being restored by the resistance.
I can definitely relate to that.
But I know that it takes a conscious effort to look for that. Like, I look for that because if not, I will go crazy. So I do need to be like, no, what's happening? What's going on? I want to know who's fighting back. I'm following those accounts. I'm looking for that information. What are people doing about this? Not just what this person is saying and doing and signing. Who gives a shit about that? What are y'all doing about it? I need to hear that.
No, I agree. I feel like also around that 2016 or maybe a couple years before that era is like also like the high or the beginning of rise of algorithm. You know what I mean?
You're right, the social media algorithm.
Social media. Like at first it was like, okay, yeah, it's social media, but I feel like I didn't start hearing the term like algorithm for a while, like until
shadow banned. Yep.
Yes, you know, and I feel like that algorithm, like how yours is set up, absolutely forms more disconnect. You know, like you will see something. Well, maybe not you. We probably have similar things on our algorithms, but even still, you might have more acting-based things on your algorithm, and I might have more yoga-based things on my algorithm.
Yeah, just based on what you're interacting with.
Exactly, and I feel like that's the same for people who may have less empathy for humans, will have a lot of more hatred or rage bait stuff on their algorithm.
With incel, it's going to be a bunch of women hating women, they're bad, they're terrible, they're this, they're that.
It's so much easier to just comment than to actually connect with people. And I think that in this era, or since that whole algorithm thing has come to a rise, outrage is so much more rewarded than empathy. You know, like headlines that will cause the outrage, like we just said, rage bait, will be so much more clicked on and commented on and shared than something that is sharing a story about how neighbors came together to rescue their fellow neighbor's dog or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that also has led us to this point.
I think so too. And then that, I think last year, I randomly just saw, you know how like if you go to like Yahoo or even Google, sometimes the homepage will have like news stories.
Yeah.
And it was this article about how the new Christian movement is basically promoting empathy not only as a weakness, but as a sin.
Oh,
empathy.
Shit.
Christians, followers of Christ, saying that empathy is not only a weakness, that it's a sin and you have to root it out.
What? Wait. What?
I
How?
listened to a part of this pastor's white man evangelical, so he was like a TV,
Oh, yeah.
of course, which is, I feel like, like to say it's, I don't think it's Christians, it's evangelicals that are like the Christians with these policies, anyway.
Because that's crazy.
But yeah, they've referred to empathy as a sin and said, like, yeah, this is the problem. Even Elon Musk, back when he was down with this regime, was quoted as saying he tweeted, the fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy.
Wow. Because I want to help my fellow man.
Because you care about other people.
Because I can feel, because I can see into, because I can imagine the shoe being on the other foot. Because I want to help.
Because I'm not okay with seeing nations bomb hospitals with newborn babies and old people and sick people in it.
That's the reason why.
Because I feel like, yikes, that makes me feel terrible. Oh, that's a weakness.
It's because they're looking at America as a business, which up to this point has absolutely been run as a business. Looking at humans like numbers and dollar signs instead of as humans, humanity.
I think even success as far as business has even, like, empathy has been taken out of that, but is that a successful business? One thing that really pissed me off and radicalized me back in the day is learning that corporations are the biggest receivers of welfare in our country. People like Walmart, for instance, the way that they receive welfare is, one, they got a bunch of bailouts, but also their workforce is subsidized by federal aid, SNAP benefits, WIC, Section 8, all these people. Why is it that you can work full-time for Walmart, but you need to be on Section 8 and SNAP and WIC? If you have a full-time job, you should be able to afford housing. You should be able to afford food, especially working for Walmart. Boo, they sell food.
Hello.
Why are your employees being subsidized? So that's the way your workforce is able to survive, because you're claiming that if you pay your workers a living wage, your business model won't work, when really you won't be making 300 to 400 times the amount of your average worker. That's all it is. Your profits wouldn't be through the fucking roof, but you'd still have a successful business. You just choose not to.
Right.
So it's the greed that tells you it's not even business. And I feel like they've done this thing where they've made corporate greed and business synonymous. Where they're like, oh, it's just business. Oh yeah, we gotta deny 90% of insurance claims because that's business. That's not business, that's greed. People are paying you for health insurance. You need to provide the service that these people are paying for. It should be against the law to do what they're doing, but instead we've made business practices and greed, insatiable greed, synonymous now in this country. And so now we see what's happening, to where it's like, of course you can't have empathy if you want to have a successful business where you're making 1,000 times more than the person that's making your business what it is. Amazon, all these fucking places. Come on.
Look, honestly, I think that is such a great point, and I think that definitely coincides with the fact that you do not, just because you have empathy does not mean that you agree. You know, I don't think empathy and agreement are the same thing, and I think that's what, with like Elon Musk and that evangelical person.
Empathy is a sin. Like, where's Jesus with his whip when you need it?
Okay, because just because you don't have to basically condone someone's actions to understand how they got there, how someone's got there. You know what I mean? Like, you can look at someone who, for example, I think they do this a lot in like crime documentaries, where they're like, oh, this person made all of these really horrible, nasty, crazy decisions, and yet let's look back at their childhood and see what they went through to get to this point.
Right.
And yes, do they belong in some kind in prison or in some place where they can
sequestered from society?
Yeah. They definitely need to be removed.
They need to be isolated for sure.
Right. But what we need to do is, because we are able to tap into this empathetic part of ourselves, we can also look at other people who might be in that same situation and pour more attention to folks so that doesn't happen to them. You know what I mean? Like
that, and also we can look at the circumstances that cause people to make certain choices. Like you said, you're making all these terrible choices, but why? Right? There's a reason why. And I think empathy is that question of like, oh my gosh, I feel like you know, if I'm in a situation where it's do or fucking die and I'm starving, I probably would walk into a grocery store and steal some damn food. Because I don't want to die of starvation when there's a store right here with a hell of food in it.
Exactly.
Of course you stole the fucking bread.
Of course.
You were hungry. Empathy is like, does that mean that this is right and everybody should steal? No, but it does say maybe we should focus more on resources for people who don't have food, who need food.
Exactly.
And I think like right now, what is it? The Baltimore mayor of Baltimore, the young man.
Oh yeah.
They have reported like so much less violent crime than normal than they have in a few years. I don't have the like stats, but I've been seeing so many articles about just like and what he has been doing. It's not like it's not more police. That's not the answer. The answer is give the kids something to do. Something productive to do. More programs for these kids to keep them busy so they're not in the streets doing the wrong things. And it's really, again, empathy helps us to look at the cause of these things so that we can say, okay, if we don't want people to make, you know, brash decisions out of hunger, maybe we put more resources for food for these people who are struggling.
Exactly.
And when we do that, guess what? No one's stealing food because everybody can come over here and get some sandwiches if they need a food.
Exactly.
Isn't that beautiful? And that's how we drop the crime rate, not by throwing everybody in fucking prison. That doesn't help anything.
It's because empathy allows us to interrogate why harm happens and not just punish it.
Not just punish it. And that doesn't mean we don't punish it, right? Everyone with kids, I'm sure you can relate to this. Your kid can do something and you're like, what the heck? But then when you think about it as a kid, you're like, no, that makes perfect sense why you would do that. I understand why you would do that. I'm not going to prosecute you the way that I would if it was some crazy nonsense that made absolutely no sense. But even if it was, you're a kid. You're impulsive. You only been here 4 damn years. Can I really be that mad?
Right.
You know, and while I might correct this behavior and try to redirect you and teach you the right thing to do in that situation, okay, next time you have to go pee, don't go over here and pee in the plant. Next time you have to go pee and you can't open the bathroom door, come get me and I'll open the bathroom door. So it doesn't mean you don't correct the behavior, but it does help to empathize with the person you're dealing with. Exactly. And I think, again, the empathy helps you to think communally. And I think in this country, it's very individualistic. Like, you know, you go to other countries and even people come here from other countries and it's like several generations in a home, you know? Yeah. And here it's really like, why does every individual family member need a big ass house?
We don't. I mean,
it's expensive. I mean, sometimes you do. I get that too.
Right, we get it.
People live far away. People can't be whatever. But for it to be the norm of just like, I don't know, like everybody for themselves. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. To the point that people are looking at their family member like this, if their family member is hungry or needs help with groceries, or even your friends, you're looking at them like, oh man, you ain't got no money to take your broke ass home.
Or if they're 21 years old and still live at home, it's like, oh my gosh. Or even if they're 35 and have to move back home with their parents, they're like, oh my gosh. And you feel, especially in American culture, you feel like you're such a loser, for moving back home. And it's like, oh my gosh, do you understand how much of a blessing it is to have somebody, to have a support system who will let you come and live there, and like to feel like, oh my gosh, to feel that feeling of like, I have someone who will show up for me, to like be there for me while I figure my stuff out. Like that's, come on now, like, and why is it that those people feel like losers, or that we look at those families who live in those homes, you know, with each other for as long as they can? Why do we look at them like, it's just weird?
I know. I feel like I used to, but now I'm like, no, that makes so much goddamn sense. Really especially because you think about it, and it's like the older generation, they don't want to live by themselves, and then it becomes as humans, we really come full circle. You know, you're born, you can't be by yourself. Right. You can't do nothing. Somebody got to watch you. And then you get to a certain age and it's like, you can't be by yourself.
Yep, somebody got to watch you.
Someone got to make you your food. Someone got to make sure
drive
you
around
and fall in the shower. Like,
literally.
You shouldn't live alone once you reach a certain age.
Empathy.
It's a blessing if you do. Yes. But again, it's the empathy and the really like, this actually serves everybody. The elders have people to take care of them. The kids have somebody always home to watch them. There's an auntie or a sister or somebody there that can watch your kids. It really is. When we say it takes a village, I feel like that type of thing is what we need. It doesn't just take a village to raise a child. It takes a village to be a person, I feel like. Okay. Like you got, like to be a healthy human being, you need people around you. You need people, because a corporation doesn't give a fuck about you. None of us.
Okay.
They don't care. They don't care about the water we drink, the air we breathe. They don't care about shit.
No, they don't. Because in a world that profits off of separation and survival, choosing to care is revolutionary.
It is. And it is exactly what we need at this very moment. And it says something that people from all different backgrounds, when they come, really to any country, to universities, and learn about each other, about culture, about history, especially in this country, there's a reason why there's a shift towards empathy. There's a shift towards more progressive values. And there's a shift towards, oh my God, maybe the corporations are lying to us. We have so many resources at our fingertips, libraries, books. People you can tap into and follow and watch their videos who are giving this stuff away. If you want to learn something, please do it. If you feel like you don't understand, I don't understand these people. I don't get it. Learn more about them. Follow people like that. You don't know what it's like to be an immigrant? Get curious. Fight the fear with curiosity and lean in. This is also my country. My people live here, are from here, helped build what we have today. So no, I'm not going to let these people run away with the idea of what it is to be an American.
Right.
Because I guess that is one version of an American, a hateful idiot. Yeah, that exists here. But there's also so much more. I don't give a dang what your paper, your citizen, I don't give a dang what any of that has to say. If you live here, you love here, your people live here, you're working here, you're living here, you're breathing here, you are American.
Yeah.
And I got your back. And that's what we got to do. Because
we got your back.
That is how we're going to beat this regime.
Absolutely.
The only way.
The only way. Together.
And yeah, what did Martin Luther King say? Hate can't drive out hate.
Only love can do that. Look. Okay, and we'll cheers to that. Boom. But don't we have a listener letter that is also speaking on a little something?
We do. I mean, it's not speaking on empathy, but we can show a little empathy to this person.
There we go.
Hey, how to be real. So here's the sitch.
Okay.
I'm a 27-year-old woman, and I was friends with a guy for 6 years. 2 years, we lived in the same house in college.
First mistake. No, I'm just kidding.
And then I dated him for a year and a half following that. He was a cop in a smaller city, quote-unquote, department. The relationship ended because I found messages of him pursuing a woman who he was actively training one-on-one, potentially to be a part of their police department. He also had a say on if she was qualified enough to enter the department, so a position of somewhat superiority. In addition to this, I found texts in his phones to his friends calling me a cunt. And other slurs, despite us not having really any tension in our relationship. It was my speculation that he may have done this to set himself up not to look as outwardly like the bad guy when he's cheating, because I was completely blindsided by this, considering we had a very long-standing relationship without much trouble or resistance throughout the whole time we were together. So I couldn't begin to even justify his frustration or emotionally charged words against me and really the slander. But now, the present day, he must have recently applied for a state police position and put me down as a former girlfriend. Which the department just called me yesterday to interview me on his character. Despite him not having the most outrageous red flags, like any form of physical abuse, he had a major lack of integrity throughout the entirety of our relationship, and he displayed a number of manipulative tactics. Even following the actual proof of his relationship with this girl. So I'm guessing he denied it and tried to manipulate her and gaslight her. So, my question. 1, do I follow up with this call with telling them we broke up as a result of him having relations with an officer he was training? 2, do you think this will impact his ability to get the job? And 3, what impact would it have if I just never answer, which is what I'm currently leaning towards? I don't have a vengeance out for this guy, It has been well over a year and a half since the incident, so I'm pretty emotionally removed. But I also don't want him to think I would protect him or his reputation ever, as I never even got an apology for all of these happenings. What do y'all think I should do? Signed, a loyal listener.
Ooh, well, thank you so much for all that context because that was important. Me personally, I would say, yeah, girl, don't leave that shit alone. Like,
Really?
I would say don't even. Like, if he's out of your life, he's been out of your life, there you have no vengeance toward him, and you also don't want him to feel like you're protecting him or anything like that. I feel like that's none of your like I say wash your hands of it, like it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, why get more involved? Like your mind is already on all this, which I get why, because they just called you. But I'm like, if you want to really be done with it and you don't want to continue, you don't even want him really reaching out to you to ask him or feel any kind of way, I would just say, first off, fuck him. Sorry, but fuck him and how he feels and all the things. Do what feels right to you. Me personally, I would say I wouldn't even respond. Like I wouldn't even want to. I would want to have nothing to do with you for real. Why are these people calling me as like a fucking reference or whatever?
Yeah, when you do
That's
like
weird.
state police, excuse me, and like law enforcement, they have to check you. Like they check, they
Yeah.
ask people about you.
I'd be like, I damn near want to be that like passively this like what is it? Is it a kink in the cog or whatever? Like,
Oh, okay.
like I kind of passively want to be like, oh, this person didn't answer, so now we have to find another person to respond or whatever. Like, I feel like that would cause more obstacles for you than me easily giving up whatever information I have. And also too, like, it just sounds like you don't really want to be involved, but you're trying to find a way to, not trying to find a way, but your questions make it sound like, should I be involved or not involved?
Yeah,
But I don't want to be involved. Girl, just don't be involved, in my opinion.
I
What do
hear
you
you.
think?
I hear you, and you make some good points. But for me, this is going to be a police officer, and if he is abusing his authority, you're training a girl, and now you're sleeping with her, and you kind of have a say on whether she gets this job or not. That's an abuse of authority, and we have enough cops that are doing shit like that.
That's
So
true.
to be real, it's nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
But if you are going to be a cop, I feel like, I would feel like it would be my duty to be like, nah, let me tell these people, because he abuses authority. And maybe I wouldn't get all vengeance-y about it, but I'll just be like, when I knew him, he kind of lacked morality, like you said. He abused his authority. He was training a person. Like, maybe it's not so much about what he did to you, but that's a red flag.
That is a red flag.
You were an officer in a small city, but you're still an officer of the law.
This is true.
You're training somebody who could potentially get a job, so their job is essentially in your hands, whether or not they get the job. And you're sleeping with this person, that's more than unprofessional. That's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And should this person have a badge and a gun and the right to go around wielding superiority over citizens? No, I don't think so. So I feel like it's more of a chink in the chain for you to be like, yeah, this is what I observed. That's really the only thing that's coming up as a red flag. But yeah, overall, would I say I like the guy? Not really. He was kind of, he treated me badly. And if they want to know more, hey, I might even tell him that. But yeah, nah, I'm not with it. I don't want no officer. If I could try to help it, and who knows, girl, they might not even.
Because they might do the whole like, oh, well, it was consensual, so blah, blah, blah.
They might, you know what I'm saying?
Who knows?
They might. But also, who knows? Maybe it's you and one other person that says this, and they need two people to cooperate. You never know. I feel like it's useful information. Excuse me. Useful information, and I also feel like there's a reason why they reached out to you.
There is
Everything happens for a reason.
You know? Well, you have two really good options of where to go. Do what your heart feels like doing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't put yourself out for this.
don't put yourself out
Like,
for
I
this.
do agree with that, where it's like, if you're feeling like, I can't, then just don't.
Yeah.
But if you do feel, again, like I feel, where it's just like, you know what? Maybe I don't call you back this week, but maybe next week I'll give you a call back.
There you go.
Maybe I get a voicemail. Better, right? You can leave your voicemail.
Leave a little message.
But yeah, I recommend letting these people know who they're considering, because maybe he doesn't deserve that badge. maybe not much has changed. Maybe he's gone worse.
Yeah. Main point is I'm happy that you're no longer dealing with him.
Same, girl. And I'm glad you're emotionally removed from it, because he sounds like you kept it pretty vague, but I'm sure if you were to elaborate,
there would be more.
There'd be some craziness in there.
Literally. But thanks for writing in. Yes, and if you ever are interested, listener, in hearing our advice on what you got going on, send us an email, heyhowtobereal@gmail.com, period.
And speaking of thanks,
right.
We want to say thanks to our lovely state of California for these new laws that were passed.
Yo, California's getting so much love from us because she's just that girl.
California's fighting back.
Look, okay.
Where was it? I know, I seen this video of Gavin Newsom talking about, again, more of the ICE. He made a comment about the ICE situation in MacArthur Park. He had a sweater with a bear on it.
I heard that.
And I was like, period. He ditched the suit with the American pin and said, nah, it's a bear.
Yes, it's a California bear.
I'm,
baby.
You know, I represent California. Let's be real where we're at. Thank you. So yeah, I was like, okay, he said I got a bear on my chest.
Drop the merch.
I got a bear on my chest.
Okay.
I love it. But one that I want to highlight is the California Freedom to Read Act. It prohibits public libraries from banning books based on content or viewpoints. This law was authored by Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi, and it aims to protect intellectual freedom and ensure access to diverse perspectives. It requires libraries to have publicly available policies for selecting and removing books, as well as a process for community members to contest library materials.
Period. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I love that. I'll also thank California for this law, the Farm Workers Protections.
Yes, we need that.
Oh my gosh. So this provides guaranteed sick leave for all farm workers during any hazardous conditions like fires or extreme heat. And I'm like, thank you. The fact that it has not...
Why do we even have to do this? Like, what?
So are you...
Who thought in 2025 we need this?
Like, y'all are just having these poor farm workers working in constant smoke and like heat is ridiculous.
When we all get that notice,
like, right?
Extreme heat warning. Everybody should be inside.
Or that hazardous air quality note on the phone too.
Because you know fire season's a fucking thing now.
Right. So boom, love that.
And then mine is a bill expanding the protections of the Coogan Law, which was originally for child actors. Now it has been expanded to include child influencers and content creators.
Yes.
So basically it'll require content featuring minors in their work to deposit a portion of the minor's earnings into a trust account for when they reach adulthood. This means that the child influencers and minors featured in online content that generates revenue will now be entitled to financial protections similar to those previously afforded to child actors, which we all know horror stories about child actors being exploited by their parents and then they grow up and it's like, where's my money?
Yep.
And now the same things are happening to child influencers where the money's all gone once it's their turn to be an adult.
Which is crazy. And if you...
Unimaginable.
Look, and if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, we have had
an episode all about child influencers. Is it ethical?
Literally.
I decided not. I feel like it's weird.
It is. And so I'm glad that it's like, as weird as it is, at least now they have some more protections in California.
And their money is theirs. Like, you shouldn't be able to just make money off your kid and then be like, okay, you're 18, get the fuck out.
Right. Thanks
That's
for the
crazy.
Thanks for giving me your childhood.
Child labor laws are a thing, y'all.
Yeah. And the last piece that I want to thank our beautiful state of California for is the click to cancel law.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Ooh, I know you've been in a position, literally, I know you've been in a position where you're like, I just want to cancel my Dropbox account or my Hulu. Oh, I done lost my... Okay, well, if you're looking on the visuals, you'll see I just lost my dang bandana.
You still look cute, though.
Thanks. I guess I'll just leave it for now. The plight of slick back hair.
Okay.
But I know you've been in a position where you're just trying to cancel your Dropbox or you're just trying to cancel your Hulu account or whatever it is. And you have to go through several hoops to get to the cancellation button. And then even when you cancel, they're like, we'll give you 5% off. Well, are you sure you want to go? Do you want? It's like, yes. I would not be looking for this button if I didn't want to leave. So the click to cancel law is now companies have to let you cancel as easily as you signed up.
Okay, some of them you can't even do it online. You have to call somebody
True.
to cancel. I've been in that situation. You're like, really? I gotta call you to, I didn't have to call you to, this thing was clicked to, and now I'm signed up.
They're like, you don't even need a credit card.
Right.
Just come on
It's
in.
a 7-day free trial. We'll get you later. Like, okay.
So thanks for that, because I would love something just to be super easy. Click, and I'm done.
Please, let's make more laws so that these corporations can stop exploiting everybody.
Yeah, that would be
Shit.
great. But you know what is easy to do is click and subscribe to us.
Okay, that's an easy click.
You know, you can find us at howtobereal on Instagram, TikTok, Substack, all the things. You can find me, I'm at justsay_tay.
And I am at the Tasha B.
Okay, and remember, we are not therapists. We just have them, you know?
Show enough.
And this week's Random Reel is on my friend Tasha B.
It is. I have 2 that I'm thinking of.
Okay. We love some options over here.
Okay, I'll go with this one. Each time you show up for yourself and your needs, you build trust in yourself to handle whatever life throws at you. That comes from true experience. And we were just talking about how, like, how many times have you done some shit that you thought was hard for you, but really you did it and it was like, this wasn't that hard. I'm starting in my own way.
Talk about it. Trust in yourself that's a different girl. That's a different beast.
It is.
What did it say? The same animal, but a different beast?
That part.
So what are you talking about, Kobe
That
Bryant?
trust, that's what it is. The trust in you and your abilities.
Yes.
That's really what's stopping you from being where you are from where you are right now. Is trusting that, girl, I'm already her.
I've been
or
her.
him, or them, or they. I'm already this person.
Yes.
She's in there.
Yep.
She's here now. And the only thing stopping it is me trusting that it's there.
And that I already have the power to implement whatever.
I have everything I need.
I have everything I need.
To do what I want to do.
Ooh, that reminds me, in yoga class, I'll have everybody stand in like mountain pose for a couple breaths and just say like, feel your power as you are right
now, because it's all there.
It's all there.
All of it. The possibility, the up, the down, the chaos, the peace, all of it. It's all there.
Yes. And with that, stay real.